Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a topic that often stays in the shadows. It's something many men experience but maybe feel a bit awkward talking about. We're looking at the natural changes male bodies go through with age, specifically around penis size and function. And look, we get it. It could feel uncomfortable, maybe even bring up some anxiety. That's exactly why we want to bring it out into the open.
Our goal here is pretty straightforward. Unpack the biology, bust some common myths that cause, frankly, unnecessary stress, and give you some real, actionable things you can do. We want you to feel confident and healthy as you age. Understanding what's going on is, well, it's the first step, right? Knowledge is power.
Absolutely. It's such an important conversation to have, and being open about it helps immensely. Aging happens to everyone, and for men, understanding these specific physical shifts can genuinely reduce a lot of worry. It makes the unknown feel more manageable. Helps you approach aging with awareness, not dread. That framing is so important. It's not some secret failure, it's just biology, a natural part of the journey for guys. Realizing that it's universal, well, that alone can bring some peace of mind. Okay, so let's jump into some of those maybe uncomfortable truths and definitely bust early myths. The big one you hear a lot is that, the penis permanently shrinks with age, and that's it. Game over. Nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's a really common fear. And while, yes, aging does change things like blood flow, muscle tone, tissue elasticity, I mean, that happens throughout the body, including the idea that it's always permanent, irreversible shrinkage. That's often blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
What we actually see is that a lot of these changes, they're manageable. And sometimes you can even lessen or reverse some aspects. The key thing is knowing the science behind it and how to take care of your body proactively. So what that means for you listening is, yeah, your body changes, but you don't just have to passively accept like a lower quality of life or intimacy. There are things you can do.
That's actually really good to hear. Because the worry isn't just physical, right? It digs deeper.
Which brings us to the second myth, that these changes somehow make a man less masculine, less desirable. That hits a nerve for many.
Oh, definitely. And we really need to push back hard against that idea. It's just not true. Think about it. Real intimacy, self-confidence, sexual satisfaction. They're built on things like emotional connection, communication, trust, respect, much more than physical size. Those are the things that make relationships and intimacy fulfilling, not centimeters. So if you found yourself worrying about this, feeling like your value is tied to these physical aspects, please hear this. You are just as valuable, just as attractive, just as desirable, period. It's separate from these body changes.
That's a powerful point about where intimacy really comes from. So vital. It shifts the focus from fear to, well, understanding. But okay, if it's not just the simple permanent shrinkage thing, what is actually going on biologically? Can you walk us through the physiology? What causes this perception of change? Sure. And understanding the why is, like you said, really empowering. There are a few key factors. Mainly, it comes down to hormones, like testosterone naturally declining, changes in blood flow and tissue health, and also where body fat gets deposited. So first off, testosterone. Levels do tend to decrease gradually as men get older. It's not usually like falling off a cliff, but it's a slow trend. This dip can affect lots of things, including how well your blood vessels work, especially those tiny ones in the penis, the corpora cavernosa. Lower testosterone can impact the cells lining these vessels, the endothelial cells, making them less effective at producing nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, that's the crucial signal for blood vessels to relax and allow blood to flow in for an erection. So reduced circulation, less elasticity, that can definitely contribute to feeling or looking smaller, affecting firmness.
Okay, so testosterone affects the plumbing, essentially. Makes sense. What else?
Right. Then there's the fat deposit factor, which people often don't think about. As guys age, it's pretty common to gain a bit more fat around the lower abdomen, like the pubic area. And what happens is this fat pad can actually make the penis look shorter because more of the base is hidden. Even if the actual organ size hasn't changed much, if it's buried a bit, visually it seems smaller. It's kind of a perspective thing. Less about shrinking, more about fat getting in the way visually.
Ah, okay. So it's a mix of things. Maybe less internal from blood flow and tissue changes, plus this external visual effect from fat. Knowing that, understanding the actual reasons, it does demystify it. Takes away some of the anxiety and makes it feel more actionable.
Exactly. When you know why something might be happening, you can start thinking about what you can do. You can take steps to manage these things, maybe even push back against some of the effects. Being informed really is the best tool for maintaining your health and satisfaction. Addressing things early helps preserve intimacy, confidence, feeling good about yourself, really. It turns worry into an area you can actually work on.
And that's what we aim for here on the deep dive, turning that info into actual empowerment. Now, okay, before we get into the what you can do part, let's tackle one more myth. The idea that age is the only factor, and you're just stuck with it. Powerless.
Oh, that's a really important one to debunk because it just makes people feel helpless, right? And yes, age is the factor. Of course it is. But it is absolutely not the only one. Your lifestyle choices, your overall health, the proactive steps you take, these play a huge role in how these changes show up. You are definitely not powerless. Lots of aspects of sexual health respond really well to positive lifestyle changes. That's where knowing what to do becomes so powerful. You can actively support your body's function as you get older.
That's such a better way to look at it.
Mhm.
So if we're not powerless, what works? What are the safe, realistic things people can actually do? Because let's be honest, when guys get worried about this stuff, the internet floods them with quick fixes, and most sound, well, sketchy.
That's a really critical point, and it leads straight into a big warning. Be extremely careful. Avoid the scams. There are so many unregulated pills, weird pumps, devices, treatments promising miracles for size or reversing aging effects. They might seem tempting, especially if you're feeling anxious, but honestly, they often do more harm than good. Injury, disappointment, wasted money. It's not worth it. Stick to safe, realistic, scientifically supported methods. Focus on actual health, not magic bullets.
Right. No magic pills, no dodgy gadgets.
Yes.
Understood. So what are the simple, powerful things you can actually start doing?
Okay, let's break down 5 key areas. First one, stay active with regular exercise. And it's not just about general fitness, though that's crucial for circulation. Research points to specific exercises too, like pelvic floor exercises, Kegels. They aren't just for women. These directly strengthen the muscles that support everything down there. It helps optimize blood flow into the penis and helps keep it there. That's key for firmness, for erection quality. And yeah, regular stuff like brisk walking, swimming, jogging, some weight training, all great for overall heart health, which is the foundation for good blood flow everywhere.
Pelvic floor exercises.
Okay.
That's a specific, actionable detail. Good one. What's number 2?
Number 2, follow a balanced diet. Again, beyond just eating healthy, specific nutrients matter here. Like L-citrulline, you find it in watermelon, and your body turns it into L-arginine, which then helps make nitric oxide. And remember, nitric oxide, that's the molecule that tells blood vessels to relax for an erection. Super important. Also, things like flavonoids, antioxidants in berries, citrus fruit studies link them to better endothelial function, basically healthier, more flexible blood vessel linings. So focus on whole foods, fruits, veggies, lean protein, healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and maybe some zinc-rich foods like pumpkin seeds or oysters for testosterone support.
Wow, so specific foods act like building blocks for these processes.
Yeah.
That really changes how you think about diet. What about stress? Does that play a direct role?
Oh, absolutely. Which leads to tip number 3, practice stress management. Chronic stress pumps out cortisol, which messes with your hormones, including testosterone. Plus, it constricts blood vessels, not good for circulation. So, finding ways to manage stress, mindfulness, meditation, deep breathing, yoga, whatever works for you is crucial. It helps keep hormones balanced, improve circulation. Seriously, take a few minutes each day just to unwind. It's not fluff, it's vital health maintenance.
Such a good reminder. Stress really can undo all the other good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, 4th piece.
4th, prioritize quality sleep. Sleep is when your body does major repair work and hormone production, especially testosterone. Most of it gets made while you're in deep sleep.
Mm.
It affects your mood, energy, inflammation levels, everything. Aim for that sweet spot, usually 7 to 9 hours of good, solid sleep per night. Skimping on sleep, it definitely makes aging effects worse. So make it a non-negotiable priority.
Yeah, sleep is so often the first thing to go, but it sounds like it needs to be way up the list.
Yeah.
And the final tip.
The 5th, and maybe the most crucial, consult with your doctor. If you notice significant changes or you're just worried, talk to a healthcare professional. Don't guess, don't rely on Dr. Google. A doctor can give you personalized advice, figure out if it's normal aging or maybe something else medical going on, run tests like hormone levels if needed, and recommend treatments that are actually safe and proven effective. Self-care is great, but professional medical advice, that's irreplaceable for significant health stuff.
That's a really solid set of actions. Exercise, diet, stress, sleep, and knowing when to see the doc. This deep dive really has brought some light to a topic that causes way too much silent worry. So just to wrap up the main message, aging is natural. It's okay. It's not something to be ashamed of. Understanding the why behind these changes and knowing what you could do about them that's empowering, it lets you navigate aging with more confidence, more strength. It's about being informed, taking action, and just embracing life at every stage. You've got the tools now.
Exactly. And maybe just one final thought to leave you with for the week ahead. Knowing all this now, what's maybe one small, realistic step you could commit to taking this week? Just one thing to support your health and well being as you age. Think about that and maybe start there.